Are we live? People, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. One love to everybody tuned in. Now, this is a bit of an unplanned live stream. I was literally just about to read Mikel Arteta's press conference. Again, I just see an article about Stan Kroenke, so I thought, you know what, why not read it with you lot? I kind of missed you lot. And I am feeling a bit inspired because obviously I was just with Rance and Matisse, and I was just listening to Matisse and Rance. They're saying, yeah, they're going to do this bit of content, that bit of content. And I thought, how can I be done? Like, yeah, I've done 2 live streams today on Twitch and on YouTube. One love to everybody that was there. Make sure you're following. But yeah, man, you got to grind hard, man. You got to grind hard. So it is what it is. And to be honest, if we speak about the press conference today, we can just speak about Arsenal Burnley tomorrow. So one love to, well, I say tomorrow, you know what I mean, Saturday. One love to everybody that's tuned in. Please make sure you're hitting the like button, doing what you can for the engagement. A man said you were 2 jokes on Rance's stream. I mean, Tino, they call me boring, man. I don't know what I said that was funny, but, you know, man's got a bit of pizzazz about, man. Obviously, I like being on Rance's channel because I can let my hair down, man. And, you know, it's less of a serious one. Obviously, we have serious debates and whatnot, but it's less of a serious one, if that makes sense. There's less of the whole madness and whatnot and having to be 100% serious and the rest of it. So, yeah, it makes a good change, as I said. Shout out to all the members. I appreciate you lot, man. Tile, hi to you as well, man. Big up to you lot that are in early doors and whatnot. Leicester versus Napoli. Nah, man, I'm going to take today off, man. You lot ain't been rating the thing in terms of views, so yeah, man, we're taking that off, man. Just want to send blessings your way, bro. Brian, I want to send even more back to you. I appreciate that, man. One love for that, my guy, man. I appreciate that. May you and everyone listening, you, your family, everyone, continued health, abundance of riches, you know, reaching goals, all of that sort of stuff, my dude. DG, you drinking tea? Nice or coffee right now, man. Appreciate the love, though, man. It's a coffee, man. I am hanging a bit. I'm lagging a bit now, man. I'm getting a bit tired. So, yeah, this will be the last live stream. I ain't got it in me, Tino, for Leicester Napoli. And like I said, man, they ain't been rating the thing. So, it's not even, arguably, it's not even worth it. You know, I don't want to be sitting here talking to nobody. So it is what it is. But love for the blessings being sent my way, and things like that. Paul, appreciate you as well, man. Love to see the usuals. I recognize that username. So yeah, man, we might as well kick off. Why are we wasting any more time? Because I want to read this as well. I don't know if there's anything within these rumors, but like I said, I haven't read anything, and I thought, you know what, rather than read it, me go live with you guys. So let me actually timestamps. 1 sec, folks. We'll be there in a second. Stan Kroenke in court. Allegedly. What else have we got? Arteta presser. So yeah, man, we'll crack on with all of that in a second, people, and whatnot. But yeah, man, I'm all ears, man. First question. Get any questions you got, any talking points you got as well. DG, do you feel Arteta has changed the mentality at the club since he came in? I don't think one man can change it alone, broski. So I would say no. He came in there with bullish talk, you know, non-negotiables, fighting talk, etc., etc. I don't think it has, because we haven't learned. Arsenal hasn't changed. Yeah, there's a bit more grit, heart, and determination generally with how we play, but we only show that sporadically. You know, last season, Chelsea twice, you know, getting 4 points off United and beat Spurs and whatnot, and we beat Leicester, but they all had better seasons than us. And, you know, that was winning battles. We never won the war. So, and you can only win a war when you consistently apply yourself exactly like that. So, yeah, man, I think that answers the question expertly, really and truly. If that makes sense. Sorry, folks. So yeah, man, that's what I feel in relation to him. But yeah, man, carrying on with Stan Kroenke in court, because that's a part starting to believe it's a bit of nothing. But yeah, man, literally, I just thought let me type in Stan Kroenke on Google, and this came up. People, I don't know if there's anything to read into it, but NFL fails to get St. Louis relocation lawsuit dismissed. The NFL and the Rams have failed in their last ditch. Sorry, let me zoom in for you lot. Don't know if you lot can see that, but get off me. The NFL and the Rams, as I was saying, have failed in their last-ditch effort to avoid a jury trial in Missouri, over the relocation of the team to Los Angeles. Via Joel Carrier of the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, Judge Christoph McGrain has denied the NFL's motion for a summary judgment, a common device used by civil defendants to secure victory without having a trial. Basically, the defendants argues that there's no need for a jury to shift through the facts and make decisions based on specific undisputed facts that, given the applicable law, require a victory for the defense. The judge found that the sufficient evidence exists to support a verdict on each of the various claims made by the St. Louis plaintiffs: breach of contract arriving from the NFL's relocation policy, unjust enrichment at the expense of the plaintiffs, fraud, and tortious interference. The rule means that without a settlement, the case will go to trial. The trial is currently set to begin in January. If it goes forward as scheduled, it is likely it will be happening at the same time as the Rams host the NFL Super Bowl in their new stadium, folks. People, although the NFL undoubtedly will try one or more creative strategies for avoiding a public reckoning before a judge or average citizens, it is more and more likely that people like Commissioner Roger Goodell, Rams owner Stan Kroenke, and other key owners and witnesses will be placed on the witness stand and subjected to potentially withering across cross-examination regarding alleged or actual factual inconsistencies regarding the location of the Rams. Regarding the location of the Rams, leave me alone. Although the NFL will try. Oh, sorry, that's the same thing, people. So yeah, scrolling all the way down, the possibility. Yeah, the possibility of various rich and powerful people being forced to yield to the power of a judge and or jury makes a settlement even more likely. However, because the plaintiffs know this, that could make the price to settle the case ridiculously high. Either way, the NFL has a huge problem on its hands. A problem ultimately flows back to Kroenke based on reports that he is responsible for footing the full financial bill arising from the legal fallout from his move. Whatever the final price chances are he can afford it. Now, obviously, that's probably gonna be at Arsenal's expense, if we're completely honest with ourselves. But that's where we're at in relation to that, folks, really and truly. So, yeah, man, a bit of an overkill. Was kind of hoping that he'd be convicted of being an Arsenal fraud, really and truly. I stand to be corrected, DG. Arteta cannot handle this club. He needs to start from somewhere, like the likes of Lampard, Wayne Rooney, and Lee Boyer is doing presently. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Where is Lampard starting? Because I feel with Lampard, he's been given a job. He got the Chelsea job based off getting the Derby job, and he got the Derby job of doing nothing. Things have been handed to him. Lee Boyer's been doing the hard grafts. I don't know how much Rooney's been doing as well, because he's gone from he just quickly got player manager. So I don't think all of the examples are the best, but I do agree when you look at he's compared to someone like Gerrard a lot. People somehow he's compared to Klopp and Pep Guardiola and these things. But they've all done the hard grass. They've all done under 18s or youth teams or lesser teams or whatever. They've got their feet wet. He's never swam in a pool before and he's jumped in right in the deep end. Now, God forbid, you know how that ends. So it is what it is. Hope he gets screwed and sells Arsenal. I don't wish bad mind on anyone apart from Stan Kroenke. Obviously, I agree with that. Man, just saying DG Giovanni. I appreciate the love, my dude, man. You lot as I always say, you lot make this worthwhile. Hit the like button if you haven't already, folks. So yeah, man. With that, again, not too many of you locked in, but I think we can actually just why waste further time? We might as well look at what Mikel Arteta said in his press conference. People. Arsenal. Sorry, folks. YouTube's messing with me. Here we have it. Sorry, folks. There we have it. Now we can get back to normality. Normal service can resume, people. DG, if you like, I could make a night, but put the link to your next video in the chat every 15 minutes. Yeah. I ain't got a next video after this, but yeah. Run that, man. Hope the judge is a gooner. Come on, man. Obviously, Hugh, we want him to get screwed financially. It just means him leaving the club. We don't wish death, any sort of illness on him, but just leave the club, go broke, whatever, man, just to get the man out of the club, man. 100%. And like I said, I hope the judge is an Arsenal fan, but boy, these sort of guys, they can pay their way out of problems. This is the thing. DG would have Diaby and Wilshere been one of the best in the world without injuries? Well, I think Diaby would have been a top quality player, and I think Jack Wilshere would have been one of the best players to have played for England in his current generation had it not happened. And, you know, at 29 years of age or whatever, he probably would have been at the World Cup, the Euros, and began to the World Cup. So it is what it is in that regards, man, if that answers your question. EG, is it fair to say the board has backed the team? What do you mean by that specifically, bro? Because we spent 150 million on all the players Arteta wants, so I guess so. Considering the last 2 to 3 transfers, I don't think the board has backed the club properly, if that makes sense. But in relation to this transfer window, they've done what they've needed to do. On that topic, though, we might as well. I'm dying to see what Mikel Arteta has said in his press conference, people. So I'm going to get into that now, people. One love to everybody tuned in. Make sure you're hitting the like button and the rest of it. But for what it's worth, people, just so we don't have to do this tomorrow, Arteta's press conference, read every word. Mikel Arteta was in relaxed mood as he faced the media on Thursday ahead of our Premier League clash with Burnley. Our manager was asked about a range of issues from the goalkeeping situation to Jack Wilshere's hunt for a new club. On how he's felt since the Norwich game, they've been even better because winning always helps. The boys were happy because we experienced the reaction of the fans towards the end of the day, and winning the first match and getting out the blocks in the Premier League was a big part of our next moment. So very happy. The problem with our ownership is the staff we employ, not the money we spend. Being self-sustainable isn't a problem. Being negligent is. Hugh, facts. Come on, my dude. The team has been built for the future. Don't expect immediate results, lads. I don't think anybody expects immediate results at Arsenal Football Club. But if Rome wasn't built in a day, you need to see scaffolding, plumbing work being laid down, deliverables being delivered to the place. So you're not wrong, but it's got to make sense, man. DG, I think the end is near for Kroenke to finally give up the sale of Arsenal. If reported, you just read is anything to go by. I don't think his dealings in America or in the NFL has anything to do with Arsenal. You know, he'll probably shoulder the burden financially because he's able to, or if anything, that will be at Arsenal's expense. I do think it's going to take a lot more for the man to leave, unfortunately. But yeah, we've been happy since the Norwich game. On the latest team news, hopefully we get some players back. Everybody trained well this week. Obviously, we still have Xhaka suspended, and the rest hopefully will be fine. On whether Partey is fit to start at Burnley, he is there. He's been training in and out this week. His load had to be managed because it was the early stages of an injury, what he had. But he is pushing like everyone, like he always does, and he wants to be involved. We will make the decision at the weekend what is best for him. On whether he'll name an unchanged team, there's always a balance that has to be involved. The importance of performances that individually they put in, but collectively what happens, and understanding the reasons and whether it was because of the individuals or the execution. And those individuals had on plan and was put in place. And if the same will be for Burnley, so let's see. Everybody trained well, and tomorrow there's another session. So let's see what the best is for Burnley. On starting Ramsdale and Leno's reaction, it's the same in every position. We want them to make each other better. We are competing against opponents. We are not competing against each other. We are just trying to bring in players that raise the level of the players who is already in that position and the level of the team, the level of the club. And this is the only reason. Obviously, for Leno, it wasn't a pleasing communication to tell him he wasn't playing, but he's a top professional and a top person, so he should be disappointed, but he should support his teammate like they all do every time he has played, and that's exactly what he's done. Fair play. On Burnley chasing their first win of the season, and they've actually dropped points from winning positions twice. Burnley, obviously, they've had some difficulties to get results during the matches that I've watched. They've been pretty unlucky in certain moments because they have moments of real dominance and they end up losing matches. We know how tough it is to go to Burnley. We know the match we can expect there, and we will be prepared for that. One love to Sean Dyche getting a new deal, but I'm not going to sit here and read that. On the reasons he picked Ramsdale over Leno, that we had to change something, and Aaron has to come in here to try to make us better. We needed a result on the day, and I decided to play him. That's all. On reports that Leno could come back for the North London derby, I don't know where they're coming from, but they're ahead of me. I think I'm the one who picks the team at the weekend, and sometimes I read things that I haven't decided yet. So they give me ideas at most, but nothing else, because I haven't made a decision for Saturday. So you can imagine the North London derby, and that's fair. You know, he's got to deal with Burnley, much less the North London derby. But at the same time, you have got in the back of your head what you want to do. On dealing with the threat that Burnley bring, obviously it is going to be completely a different game that when we played against Norwich, because of their qualities and the game they propose, where they want to take the game to, and we will try to avoid it as much as possible and do the opposite thing. Fair play. You know, and I agree with you, Giovanni. Chris Wood gold lives rent free in my mind. Facts. On Burnley looking to make it uncomfortable for us, and the referees, well, and I mean, all the defenders know exactly what time it is, innit? You're gonna have to deal with a lot of aerial situations and be switched on. He said, I don't know. We know the rules and we respect the rules, and there isn't an official who has to say what is right and what is wrong. And to be fair, you look at some of the scenes Burnley carried on with against Everton, the referee has to do something about it. Likes should be matching the views, get the likes up. On if Wilshere has, sorry, people, on whether some of the tackling has been over the top this season. Well, they explained the rules. We can disagree or disagree, but we don't have a say. I wouldn't waste any energy on that. And that's true. It is what it is. On if Jack Wilshere has been in touch about training, we are in conversations with Jack to understand what he needs, what he's looking for. He is a person and a player who has huge admiration around everyone, not just the players or fans, but all the staff around here. We are willing to help him as much as possible as we possibly can. We know this, he knows this, and this is the situation. On whether he could play for Arsenal again, I wouldn't take it that far. What I'm saying is that we're having conversation with him to understand what he needs, how we can help him, and that's that. Fair play. On building on the Norwich game ahead of a big week, people, he said, absolutely, now we have to put a run together. We know how much we need the results and the performances, and performances will lead to that. If we do that, we have to do it against Burnley. We'll be much closer to achieving that. We've had a good week to prepare for the game. We know what we're facing. The challenge is going to be big because it's one of the toughest places to go to in the Premier League. We are ready for that. On how tough the first 2 months of the season has been for the gaffer, life brings you things and you cannot decide it. There are certain things that you cannot control. What is coming to you is coming for a reason. Sometimes we don't want to see it, but it's for a reason. And that's because we fucked about, Arteta. Let's be honest. You know, we can't stand in the rain and cry that we're wet. And it's probably for the right reason. Then it's about how you take it and how you respond to that. The way that everyone around me responded is the way that I responded. That's why it's been fine. It's tough because it hurts, because you want to see something different, but what you want is not always what happens. Things happen for a reason, and maybe what is happening had to happen, and is going to be really good for the club and really good for myself and everyone experienced that situation. We believe that. Let's see, man. But Arteta is good at chatting, innit? It's very bossy. A man said, as a Kiwi, my thoughts on Chris Wood are positive, but that goal still haunts me. Drama. I just want to see good football and be talking about that. Effing heck. Grade A waffler. On if the last couple of months have been character building for Mikel. When I was a player, I made a decision in my career because I had a personal issue with my parents. I decided to go to my former club, Real Sociedad, and that was tough because I had other opportunities. But I did it to be at home next to them because I thought that was important. I suffered. I didn't play. I was on the bench and always said that this was the key moment in my career to have more success after. I don't know how you measure success, but to achieve more, to go to bigger clubs and to do that, that was the right moment. Everybody, that made those decisions and experiences that I had there, it was the right thing. And I needed in that moment. At that moment, I couldn't see it. I was annoyed, upset, angry. I was really bad with myself and everyone. But today, looking back and reflecting on it, it was the perfect moment in the right time. I don't know how that answers the question about the few months, but yeah, man, this might be an Arteta tactic. You know, he just looks to say these things, you know, confuses you. On seeing the light now, he said, I can really see the light. I'm telling you, I'm very positive most of the time. I've seen the light and I can see bright lights. There could be bumps in the road within that light, but I can see a lot of light. Fair play. On if he's been worried by Leno's response to not playing against Norwich. No, that's not true. He can be frustrated, but he was top with his teammates and in team training. That's not true. On if he's had to make Leno any assurances regarding playing time. What I said to the goalkeepers and what I said to the goalkeepers in the last 2 or 3 years is that we don't want to do that. What we want to do is empower performance and ask them to train, behave, and play in the best possible way. How I can guarantee somebody to do this, it wouldn't make sense with what we are demanding them to do. It's on a daily basis. In football, what you did 3 months ago doesn't count. It's what you're going to do today, tomorrow, and that's it. And that goes for you as well, man. You know, you won the FA Cup. It means fuck all now. On how hard it has been watching European matches without Arsenal being involved, it hurts a lot. In the last few days, it's hurt to put the TV on and see those teams and not seeing Arsenal there. It was painful. I mean, it can't have been that painful. You wouldn't have gone in a semi-finals of Europa League with a false nine or changed the lineup 37 times out of 38 games or bet on certain players that are not good enough. This is tired, man. This don't make no sense. On if there is a motivation to make sure Arsenal are back in Europe next year, I can't lie. This interview is peeing me off. He's asking stupid questions, or she's asking stupid questions. 100%. I don't want to be sitting here with Arsenal being out of those competitions. We have to focus, and the trigger is there. On Lacazette, and if Mikel is planning as a team that won't use him, will he leave next summer? No, he's fully involved. You give the reasons why he hasn't played more minutes, and he'll be back to form that he can achieve. I'm sure that he'll be instrumental to our success. Fair play. But yeah, didn't learn too much there, did we, folks? At all. But yeah, man, that was Mikel Arteta's press conference. What did you learn there? For extra content, make sure you follow me on Twitch. Yo, I had issues with my parents. This is why Ramsdale started in it, broski. I don't know where he went with that one. You know, that's a tactic, you know, waffle to confuse. That didn't make no sense. They asked the man a very basic question. It's quite crazy, man. It's quite crazy. No time for Arteta's philosophical comments. Could cut and paste that nonsense about everything happening for a reason from last November. Manager's role is to manage the team, and he's failed. William is not here for it at all. And you're right, man. How does that answer the question? I don't know, man. Arteta needs to do these press conferences in Spanish because clearly he isn't capable of putting together answers that make sense in English. That's a bit harsh. He's just waffling. Jack Wilshere he's just waffling to confuse us. Jack Wilshere is a good, positive Arsenal lad who would love to have him back in the dressing room. True character and loves Arsenal. Facts. It's true. But boy, a bit underwhelming as I always am with Mikel Arteta's comments because you know this goes the long way around it, round the houses, and you probably forget what you asked him really and truly. It's one of them. And if we look at team news for the Burnley game as well, folks, you know I think Holding's in training, but he's not fit. Apparently, he'll miss the weekend. Let me actually see. There may be bumps, but I see bright light ahead. I hope you're right, my guy. I hope you're right. But in relation to team news, people, let me share my screen. As you lot can see here in a second, ahead of the Burnley game, El Nene left hamstring. Mo has worked hard with the medical team after suffering a hamstring strain and is aiming to be back in full training next week. Holding, he's got a right knee problem. Holding sustained heavy bruising to his right knee during training ahead of the Norwich City match last weekend. Holding has progressed his rehabilitation back into training, but he will not be available for Saturday's match. Granit Xhaka, as you lot know, is suspended, and obviously he's had COVID, and I think that's it in relation to the players that are fit or aren't fit, really, or just general team news. One love to everybody locked in. Make sure you're hitting the like button if you have not done such already, folks. Appreciative of that. Big up yourself, Jaden, as well. So yeah, man. I don't know there's actually nothing else to talk about from an Arsenal perspective. Unless you lot got things to say, I'll let you lot get out of here, man. Because what is there to say? I hope we beat Burnley, but boy, it's looking gazy. But what's all of this about? The Super League alternative that could have a major impact on Arsenal, Chelsea, and Spurs. Let's see what this Lewis journalist has said because he's probably gassing the story. The Napoli owner has. This needs to come off the screen, man. This is putting me off, bro. How do you get this off? There it is. You know, De Laurentiis apparently has revealed he's working on a proposal to launch a more lucrative pan-European league where qualification is based on merit. The European Super League, as you lot know, was subject to heavy protest. While he doesn't agree with the Super League's proposal to invite teams regardless of their domestic performance, he does think the system needs changing. And that's facts. Let's find the original article, people. And it is true, the Champions League does need changing. I dream of an 8.5 billion European league. As you know, he proposes radical football shake-up and qualifying should be based on merit, unlike Super League. He wants the size of Europe's Europeans' elite domestic leagues reduced. Fair play. In this exclusive interview, apparently he said a lot. Let's see what this guy, who's very outspoken. Let's see exactly what he said. The system doesn't work anymore. The Champions League and Europa League don't generate sufficient income for clubs to justify participation in it or participating in it. I mean, as you lot can see there, you know, that's what Real Madrid say. You know, they are suffering financially. To be competitive, you need more top class players. That means you have to spend more money, and the prize money from European competitions doesn't account for that. That is why the clubs need to speak to each other to come up with a more modern and lucrative tournament for everybody in it. We need to reduce the number of games by reducing the size of top divisions across Europe. Although we create a European league with a democratic system of entry based on what teams achieved in their domestic competitions, I have examined the project ready to bring 10 billion euros to the European game, but we need willingness and total independence. As you lot know, people, that's going to be met with opposition from the Champions League and whatnot. Moving down, let's see what else has been said in relation to that. He's a fan of English football. He said, we Italians must learn from it, yet he and owners fear young people are turning their backs on football. We don't change the rules of the game and make it a better spectacle. Young people will abandon us and football will no longer be central part of our lives. My research tells me that people between the age of 8 and 25 have stopped watching football and prefer playing with smartphones. They have totally transformed our children. I'm not saying that the habit of watching live football in a stadium will die, but now we have the virtual stadium, which can attract billions of people to play games against each other. Who knows if we will manage to get them back down the road of greatness and most influential sport in the world. I don't know about none of that, boy, but fair play. You know, sounds a bit of gassing it up because you want to get some peas, but fair play. Do your thing. And we can make another timestamp where that is actually concerned. New European Super League. What else are you guys saying? Let me take in what you lot are saying, folks. Seems like someone's not happy with Mikel Arteta. Arteta has to be trolling us. So everyone's fit bar 2, man, predicting the same lineup. Then hope you're well, DG. I hope you lot are doing better, man. I really do. I'm all right, man. I'm with you lot. Getting a bit tired, but we're here regardless, man. It is what it is. There's nothing to talk about where Arsenal is concerned, man. I'm trying to hope to see that we're in for Kareem Adeyemi or something like that, but we're not, are we? We've already done a live stream today about Conte turning us down. Crazy, man. I haven't, well, you see me online today, Tino. I haven't had time to be on my emails. Haven't been able to take them in at all, broski. At all. So it is what it is in that regards. Make sure you're subscribed on Twitch and all of those good things, folks. Wow, boys. Mignolet really said he didn't have work to do against PSG. He's talking bossy, innit? Shut up, man. I can't even show you like that, but shut the fuck up, man. Dickhead, you hollered you time ago, months ago, and now you want to reply to my DM about stuff. Suck yourself, man. We're not going to do that. That Conference League must be certified if you want a life supply of quavers. Boys, broski, I don't know, man. Oh, it's an absolute madness. Let's just see if there's anything hopeful where Arsenal's concerned. Bro, the game's the game, boy, but I find it very cheeky, man. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Now, I will get a chance, man. I will. But it's like, for me, I'm not going to look at your emails if I can't take it in properly, bro. And I can't actually take it. You're saying I respect you lot, especially when you do stuff for me. You know, so if I can't read it, take it in and give you an answer, what's the point? It's like with messages. I don't like to open messages or whatever if I can't say it from my heart. What is the point of that? And obviously for the Burnley game, all our hope is that, you know, we just go with the same intensity. We're going to speak about it more so tomorrow, but this is where I'm going to learn how good. Well, we're not going to learn too much, even if they win, but how Ramsdale, TT, and the rest of the defense, how they obviously deal with things, because there's going to be a lot of aerial situations there. You know, they're going to probably pull it to the back post against Tini. There's going to be a lot of organization. It's not going to be a TT flying down the right, Tini's flying down the left, you know, waffling about Ben White playing free key passes. That's more than David Luiz did when he was here. Gabriel doing it. They're going to be tested. You know, I'm going to learn a lot about you lot. Because you're going against street smart individuals, whether it's Barnes, Wood, whoever. You're going to have to, your right back has to stop the cross, but you also have to mark before that cross comes in. How you pass men over, how you double up against Chris Wood, you know, how you deal with aerial situations. These are the things we're going to learn about Arsenal against Burnley. And I don't want to say that's the real test, because even if they come through it, it's not going to get anyone anywhere in terms of drawing a conclusion. But that's where we're going to see any defender is going to look good when you have any player is going to look good when you're not when you're not tested, when you have a million years on the ball, like against Norwich. That was the best game for all of us people. So we're going to learn a lot. And again, for me, this club's too volatile. When we lose, we think we're the worst things in the world. When we win, it feels like it's hella positive now. And that goes to the players, if I'm completely honest with you, man. And again, they have to show some fight. Burnley don't like us. They're going to have their 12th man. They already think we're pretty boys and whatnot. It's going to get long. It's going to get long, man. It's going to get very long on us, really and truly. Burnley's the real test, man. And we're coming into a period now. You lot seen how mad October is. You need to get 6 points, because you've got Spurs that goes either way. Then you lot know how mad October looks already, folks. You've seen it. You know, you've got Palace off the top of my head. You've got Brighton, away. You know, I'm sure you got Leicester there. You got some tough games. Games are coming thick and fast. And you know, it's down. You heard him in his press conference. He said he wants to go on a run of form, man. Oh, realistically, with REECE, it was never on, was it, Conte? I think it could happen. It could have happened, but they're not on it. As much as I hate Kroenke, wishing him harm is not right. I don't think anyone wishes him harm. You know, we wish him good health. I just wish he loses his money and sells the club, really. We don't wish anyone physical bad mindness or anything of that ilk, man. Prediction, 3-1 Arsenal. I hate Burnley. I hate Burnley as much as I hate Spurs. I might even hate Burnley more. I just hate Burnley as a football club. I hate everything they stand for. I hate their fans. I hate everything. You know, I hate how they carry on when they come to the Emirates. You know, I was about to get cracking with one of them, you know, one time. And then one of the Arsenal was like, Leave, he's going to call the old Bill. Maybe that's why I don't like them. I just don't like Burnley. I don't like Sean Dyche. I don't like anything. I like, shout out to McNeil. But we should know what we're going to have. You're going to play against even TT. You're going to have to deal with the crossing and that, whether we go over back 4 or 5, whatever. But McNeil, real 1v1 demon. No one wanted to take on our fullbacks against Norwich. So this is where we're going to learn things about our team. You know what Burnley's about. Defensively set up right, win their 1v1s, win their battles and take it from there. Now, I want to beat Burnley. They haven't picked up a win all season. Don't let this be the game they've got it. You know, they have failed to hold on to leads. I'm sure they took the lead against Brighton and against, it could have been Everton. I might be waffling, but they've therefore taken the lead and failed to hold on to it. You know, Sean Dyche is probably going to be celebrating the fact that he signed a new deal. Go and be villains, man. Go and be villains. Let's go and be villains. Let's go and pump them. Fucking hate Burnley. I know it's not Arsenal related, but did you see what Rangers supporters did to the Lyon team bus? Nah, you're going to have to update me. I'm very ignorant. The only thing that I know that's non-related to Arsenal that's happened today is, unfortunately, Reece James, sadly, you know, people have robbed his house and they've taken his goods, really and truly. They've taken his medals, the medals he's amassed. I think they took his Euros final medal. I think they took the Chelsea Super Cup, and I think they obviously took the Champions League. And for me, obviously, I hate thieves. I'm not gonna lie to you. I fucking hate thieves. I hate thieves a lot. Like I just feel thieves are, it's a dickhead thing, innit? Like, yeah, man. I personally believe like that England could learn a lot from America. If someone tries to rob your house, I think you have the right to do what you want. Especially like generally, people are robbing people that haven't got it. Now, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but obviously, I said this on Rance's channel. When I look at Reece James, that video, I can't draw too much, but it looked too coordinated. You know, it looked like man are going in there. They knew exactly where the safe was, you know, they knew exactly where the safe was. They knew exactly what they're doing. So again, I'm not saying his friends have lined him, but you've got to watch the people around you because it seemed too coordinated. Okay, he's going to be playing Champions League. You know, we smash a little glass, but we walk out with the safe. Now, I know he said he's got no jewelry, but if that's not that I advocate robbing a house, but if you rob a footballer's house, you know, you probably steal his clothes. I'm sure he's got a bag of other items there. It probably looks a bit scatty, you know. I don't think it's a coincidence. You see a lot of footballers, man. You have to trust the people around you. Like I look at Mahrez, it seemed like at a point, anytime Mahrez played Champions League, he was getting robbed. I hope Reece James gets his medals back. I hope he's able to dial in Roman Abramovich and Roman can bring in the Russian drillers and get it back and stuff. But it's unfortunate. What I would say to Reece James, and obviously it's easy, everyone can give man advice, but Why didn't you put it in a safety deposit box or something? You got the piece for that. Just leave it there or leave it in Mumsy's house or whatever. You know, it looked too coordinated in that. You know, he lives in apparently he lives in a nice little piece in Cobham. It don't look like no gated community. You know, you got either got to trust the people around you, get security, but even then we've seen security lineman up as well. So it's unfortunate, man. And for me, that's why you're competing, because you know when he's an old man, that's what he's gonna look back, the medals he's amassed in his career. Make sure we're hitting the like button, people. Also, God forbid, I don't think it will, because I've actually spoken to Reece James's dad. His dad is very switched on. Reece James's family is very switched on. So I've never spoken to Reece James, but I know he probably is. But let's just say boom, your career's done and your grandchildren, you know, the money's done, the career, you know, you need some peas and whatever, then medals could be sold to raise funds. Unfortunately, see, you see a lot of footballers that do that, or it could have been raised for charity. I don't advocate stealing from no one, but I feel sorry for Reece James, because all he's ever done is, bro, he don't do nothing annoying. Obviously, he annoys me when he plays against Arsenal, but he doesn't do nothing annoying. He does a lot for charity and helping people where you don't have to do any of that, really. You know, he does a lot going above and beyond. So, you know, it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. It's unfortunate, man. You know, it's unfortunate, man. And for me, why I think it's coordinated, because you got to think about it logically, man. You got to think about it logically, people. Now, this could just be some hit and hope. Let's rob some medals, but let's think about it a bit logically. Yeah, it's like that Hatton Gardens robbery. You can't just rob these things and sell them, bro. It's not like you can't even sell a phone. It's not like when I used to lick phones on the high road with the man them and you can shut it to the shop and all of that. You can't do that. You know, if you rob a Champions League medal, you can't go cash converters and say, give me that. Surely you need a buyer. Whether that's an antique man, whether that's en route to China now, whether it's being melting down and doing something, whether it's some bookie collector who just wants it, you know, I don't know what, maybe someone's taking it and selling it on something, bro. Them things there, you can't just lick it and do something with it. You know, you need a buyer. That's why I think he's been schemed on, either where people know his yard or his man them, or you know, I don't know if he's got gal or something, but you know, watch the gal or the gal man you're bringing to your yard. I don't know what it is, but it seems too coordinated. It was too like, yo, it's too straightforward. Like, we're taking this safe, we're grabbing the medals. You need to know what you're doing with that, you know. And again, I don't advocate thieving, but if me or you or anyone here steal this thing, you know, what are we gonna do with it? You can't just walk out the street and say I'm selling the Champions League medal. You know, a smart thing Reece James could have done. Maybe he could have gave it to a museum, or I'm sure Arsenal could. Man said, with Arsenal, we could definitely hold that because we ain't got it. But I'm sure Chelsea could have held that for him, done something with it. Because I'm definitely sure they're not brave enough to try and rob Cobham, actual Chelsea's ground and things like that. It's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate because this is what man are in the competition to be. Obviously, it's just a medal. You know, no one can take away what he's got, and you can get a remake and things. It's not going to be the same, but the sentimental value, that's the medal you picked up. It's unfortunate, man. And this ain't going to be, I think this ain't the first time Reece James has been licked like that as well. It's unfortunate, man. It's scummy, it's rubbed. But he needs to hire some drillers and do the thing, man. Unfortunate, man. Unfortunate. Turnover too heavy for those luxuries, dogs. Exactly. But at the same time, bro, you can't afford that, bro. You need better security. It's easy for me to say, but you need better security. You need better alarms, bro. You need to place them in better places. As a footballer, you're a walking lick, bro. You're a walking lick, bro. And I know footballers are a bit ambiguous, you know, the park up on the yellow lines with the big blood clot car and all of that and all the things, bro. Man are hungry out here, man. Bro, London's not nice, you know. You know, and that in that lick, they didn't even happen at London. And like I said, them things there, in my opinion, is planned. You know, this ain't no little nitty trying to go into a yard and rob some stuff to fund his habit. That's a coordinated move, bro. From what I saw, everybody's holding their little bit of the safe. Everyone knew. It's like the man, they knew how to break in, when to bust in, where to go, how to get in out. It's too smooth. It's some Ocean's 1311 thing. It was too smooth. Hit the like button if you haven't already, people. And like I said, all I hope is that he needs to shout Roman Abramovich, get the Russian drillers them, and do what they need to do, really. Bro, Arsenal, we can hold that. I'll hold that. Yeah, man, they robbed his car and took gifts he was going to give to a charity. This is what I'm saying. There's scummy people. It's not just a London thing. There's some scumbags out there, you know. Some real scumbags out there. And it's jarring, man. You know, people work hard for things and your teeth in it. Scumbag. I hate robbers. Hate it, that shit, man. All cameras, no security devices, make it make sense, DG. Bro, the way Reece Nelson's, man said Reece Nelson, Reece James's thing set, there must be some barrier thing you can put in your yard. If anyone claps it, it's just like, warning, 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 doors all shut, you're trapped in, you're pissed. Better, better ask the gov, better start preparing to ask the govs what you want on your canteen sheet because it's long for you. Kroenke, when you look at him, looks like he's wearing one of those fake masks from Mission Impossible. Reece James thought those Surrey boys won't rob him. Very naive. To be fair, I don't even think it's them. It's probably youths from London just hit a lick. Man, are probably, do you know what? People are probably scheming on him for time. This ain't the first time and it's not the last time. I swear Darren Fletcher, his yard always used to get robbed when he's playing Champions League. There was a second couple years ago. Sutton's always getting robbed from Mahrez. Bank card, wallet, something was always happening. It's crazy. Make sure we're hitting the like button and we're subscribing on YouTube and Twitch, people. You know, we're still only on 73 likes. You lot are doing the guy dirty. But nonetheless, I wouldn't be surprised if Arteta goes back 5, Holding, White, Gabriel against the long ball merchants. I wouldn't mind it, but it won't be with Holding. He's not going to be fit. So you might have to go with TT there, Gabriel, and obviously Ben White, pull over Ainsley Maitland-Niles into that position, or he probably does a thing where you keep everything how it is and he brings Pablo Mari back in, because you'd imagine it's not really a pace thing against Burnley for Pablo Mari, so he might, and he is a decent reader of the game, so his looking might come there. Personally, if Holding's fit, I'd actually have went with Holding, because I actually think in comparison to a lot, him and Gabriel are very good in the air, and they're going to need that, because if I'm Burnley, we're going, pin Ben White. Look at what Brighton did. For me, one of Tini's weaknesses is a height thing. Target Tini, put that on the back post, double up against him, sandwich him in there. These are the things we have to guard against. And I hope to God these footballers are not naive and they know exactly what this Burnley test is going to be about, man. Burnley are not going to try and pass you off the park. They're going to try it and they're going to be motivated. Sean Dyche don't like us already. So we're going to have to see what's up, man. But back 5 against Burnley could be something. Could be something to explore, man. Big up the real Gunner Lee. Man, like up the vid. Big up DG. Do you think we should match Burnley in terms of grit, or do we play 4-3-3 with Partey, Odegaard, Smith Rowe and beat them with skill? I think both, man. Listen, part of me wants to go to a back 3, but then a part of me feels, you know what? You can actually slaughter these guys if you just keep the lineup the way it's supposed to be. We will probably concede, but yeah, man. What's going on here? Burnley really big up their chest when they play us. Dyke's going to be in the locker room calling us Southern softies. And that's it. Oh, these privileged London guys, I don't want to be it, but, they're probably there like these foreigners, this and that. They think they can do this and that. Brexit FC is Burnley. They're going to be on it. We know what's what, man. When's the next FM stream? Probably next week. There's been no time, bro. Like, there's been football man. There's been streams this, stream that. I'm only one man, but next week we get on it properly and proper schedule and them things there. That's gonna be where it really starts, man. I promise you, like that. Anyone can find out where he lives. Always posting when he's in Cobham or in his house. He's big, and that's the thing, man. It's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. It's upsetting, man. To do with someone like Tammy against Burnley. To be fair, Tammy for a big man, he's shit in the air, so it probably would have been tired, really. Conte to Arsenal isn't over. Conte to United won't happen. Solskjaer signed a new deal weeks ago, but Conte won't go to Arsenal. Jack, I agree with you, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer keeps effing about. He's gone, man. Man, them had Nike Tech trackies there from ends, not sorry. Big up yourself, loud music. Joey, I hope you're doing better, my guy. Arsenal should loan out Kolasinac to be a security guard. To be fair, that could be a jug. And maybe we could get Kolasinac off the wage bill. Yeah, every robbery that's happened to Reece James sounds like an inside job. Do you know what? The car thing, I think, is teething, because that happens all the time. That happened to Tion Wayne as well. Like, you drive in Central, people look at your car, they try, bust the window and keep it moving. There's chances around here. Like, even where I live in Edmonton, North London, bro. Someone's van got clapped the other day. People even fucking robbing windshields and fuckery like that. Man are robbing yards. Like, I always see people going up and down at night. Try open every door of the car, and then boom, there's some scummy things going on, man. Scummy things going on around here. Swear down, DJ. I effing hate Burnley too. They play like thugs, bro. I hate them. I want the whole club to disband. Everything they stand for pisses me off. That's the I actually hate them more than Spurs. Obviously, Spurs is a rivalry. I'm not saying it's a blessed thing, but I just fucking hate Burnley, bro. Bro, man, are clapping windshields out here. Bro, I've seen old ladies' handbags get snatched when I was a little kid. Bro, man, seen fuckery from a young age, man. I can't lie to you. Man are on some fuckery. Man are on fuckery, bro. Still ain't no GTA game in London yet. Make sure we're hitting the like button. People are scummy. When I tell you people are scummy in life, do you know how much I hate thieves? Nuno for Kieran Tierney, play Tommy in the right-hand side because of his height, and Ainsley Maitland now is right back. There's many little things you could do, There's many different little things. Where's the tactics board? We might as well flirt with that still. We might as well flirt with things we could do. Oh, hey, big up yourself, Neil, because just as you said that, yeah, obviously the lineup isn't the same, but this was the last time I used this tactics thing. You see three at the back. So if we remove all of these guys for a sec, obviously holding isn't a thing. I'm just trying to think about things we could do. Obviously, I personally think he's gonna do that. I personally think he will go. I don't know. Obviously, he's two left footers and all of this sort of stuff. But personally, I think he's gonna go with White, Marie, Gabriel. White, Gabriel in the center. Again, Burnley, they have pace. Obviously, if McNeil, Lennon, Cornet, all of these guys are on the other side, it could face things. But it's not like we're playing Chelsea where Marie is gonna be pulled out into areas. So I think you're gonna see that. Obviously, you change Maitland Niles' name to, you know, from Isaiah. Forgive me for mispronunciations. I think you'll probably see that. But then again, you lot are right, man. You could do little things. Again, I don't know how good good Ben White is in the middle to be central. So yeah, man, you could probably pull them over, you know. And obviously, Tomisai can play on either side. So you could obviously switch him over to the right hand side. Ben White goes centrally. You've got Gabriel doing his thing off the left hand side. Obviously, if we remove this by that logic, he'd probably go with Chambers, which I think is too negative. But then obviously you'd throw in your Maitland Niles there, and that's that. Obviously, I don't advocate it, but you could do some bullshit. Like you could pull Tierney over there. Obviously, you could bring Tavares in. I'm not going to spell his name, but just pretend White's name is Tavares. You could bring Tavares in there. We'll probably do some Kalam stuff, like something like that. There's many different options we can flirt between. But for me personally, I'd probably go Ben White. I'd just play Tierney at left back. I'd probably go with something along them lines there. Probably. You know what? You probably have to bring in Marie, Part of me wants to go with a 4 now. Or you could go with TT. You know what? You might as well, fam. If we're going with a back three, again, I would prefer him to get a run of games at right back, but I'd rather pull him to the right-hand side. Then you've got Ben White centrally, or even Gabriel centrally to deal with things. But just because protect Ben White a bit, because they're going to try isolate him. Then you've got Tierney and Gabriel. That gives us a lot down that side. So that could be an avenue to explore. But there's a lot of things that potentially we could do in relation to a back three. There's many different things. Obviously there's the option of pulling in Chambers and the rest of it as well. But we'll have to see what happens, man. Who should be part of our back three versus Burnley? Part of me wants to go with a 4, but part of me, I'm happy I'm not Mikel Arteta, He is better in the air. White not tall enough for centre back against Burnley, in my opinion. I mean, what do you mean, bro? He's gonna have. He's not gonna be able to grow a couple inches pause in a matter of days. But how old? A lot is made of his height, bro. How tall is he? It's the same. He's the same height as Jordan Henderson. I'm like, what's 1.2 meters in height? He's 5'9", so he's not the biggest, but it's all right. Well, 5'9". Just call it 6 foot. I'd prefer he played 4 at the back. Same, because if you're aggressive against these, look, you can put it to bed easy. 5'10". It's not that deep, man. I'd rather TT centre back because he's a better reader of the game, man. I'll go with a 4 simply to avoid the risk of playing Marie. Oh, appreciate that. All right, cool. But this is how you know I failed maths. But then again, I can't lie. Well, I got to see it maths, but I call it failure. I don't know what's going on. But it says what? That's foot in it. So yeah, man. I know them thing there, man. If you don't put a pound sign in front of them things there, I don't understand what the hell's going on. But yeah, you lot are saying 5'10". Smith Rowe looked dangerous last week when he come on, got a start. Difficult scenarios, man. Difficult scenarios. I personally think he's going to name the same lineup. We are in a stable situation. See the next few months badly hermit this beloved team fighting with Crystal Palace and Brighton. All right, appreciate that, P. So yeah, he's 5'11", he's 5'10", 5'11". I don't think that's short at all, man. So yeah, man, it is what it is. Can slap party right back. Allow it, man. Allow it. Let's get the likes up. Almost at 100. Should be at 200. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're listening to C and you're also listening to Night. But the best way to fight against Burnley is to actual fight. They only respond to strength, not tippy-tappy-ish. To be fair, you can put them to bed, but you've got to find a mixture. If we try to do the fighting man thing, no one's scoring. And we can't fight them. Same way they can't play us off the park. Not too many man can fight. You know, unless you're bringing Xhaka and Kolasinac on the sidelines and saying, watch after the game. There's not too many fighters in the team. So we need to ride the storm. We know what Burnley are going to do. They're going to try foul us. They're going to, you know, let them know you're there when you tackle. They're going to do the dark arts, little elbows. They're a bunch of thugs. They're a bunch of pussios. We know what they're on. You know, you saw what they did against Richarlison with Tarkowski. They're a bunch of cowards. So we need to rise to that. But it's true, same way in life, certain people only respect badness. So if they move bad, you got to move badder. So like I said, I hope they're ready for war. Personally. We'll have to see, man. Burnley would love a dogfight and ruin our craft. Partey and Lokonga in the middle. Man, sound like gal being picky with height like this. Hey, girls only do that when you're not sexy, man. How many girls said you need a beard and you need to be 6 foot? I've been the one drilling it out, so I don't know what you're tweeting. But anyways, hey, that was a long time ago. Disclaimer. You know, I don't want to be looking at messages any long after that. But yeah. Oh, put some tissue in your Ben White. Put some tissues in your heels. You'll be good, man. You're calm. That's all we need. How Gabriel does in the game will be a major factor. Trust me. Need players that give 110%, 100. Gunner's got to take Burnley's 3 points. Hopefully, my dude. Do you think Xhaka will come back for the North London derby? Probably, but I can't see it happening. Well, I can see it happening, sorry, because I think, you know, we're probably going to use that. Okay, cool. You lot play today. You might get a little run out against Wimbledon. Xhaka's back in. You know, it'll be interesting because Arteta had dropped Xhaka at one point last season, and it will be interesting, but I don't know, man. No worries for being late, Josh. You got your own life to live, my bro. Just make sure you're hitting your like button on the way in. So yeah, man, it's interesting, man. Again, Burnley's gonna be a difficult outfit. I haven't set it up yet, but you know there's gonna be a watch along. Allow me, bro. Allow me, bro. I'm really feeling that drilling still. Allow me, man. Slap the likes. Man, let's just let Patino develop, man. Just let him develop and do his thing. It will all be coming. What else is there in relation to the Arsenal news? Is there anything of significance? Yeah, we know Holding's out. We've been linked with Glenn Kamara again. That one's recycled every day. Our interest again every day. Leno, we've spoken about. We know Reece Nelson's injured. Boy, hope you're blessed, SK. Burnley's going to get bun. Hopefully. I want a slaughter. I can't lie, man. I want to absolutely annihilate them. I want to see, you know, Sean Dyche looking as red as a tomato and absolutely steaming in the post-game interview. I want to see violence. I want to see them absolutely battered. I hate them. I hate them with everything. Such a nonsense club. Stand for nothing. And I can say that because I never ever want to work with Burnley in my life. And well, such is life. To be honest, if they offered me a scouting job, it'd probably be the easiest, man. They just sign the same profile. Three to four goals at least. Listen, I hope to see Amari and Patino on the bench. We need to win. We need to win because up after Burnley, it's them lot down the road exactly. Hopefully, the lawsuit means he can prioritize Arsenal. Stan Kroenke prioritizing Arsenal. Arsenal being his first choice. But you know how that script goes, bro. You're better than that. You know exactly what happens. But you're right, Tino. I want to see 3 to 4 goals at the very least, man. I want to slaughter. I don't like Burnley. I don't want a good game for them. I want them to get absolutely battered. And I hate them. Everything I have. And you rarely hear me say this. Make sure you're following on Twitch as well, people, so you don't miss a beat. What's going on here? Nothing of significance where Arsenal's concerned at all. It's just you lot. Hey. Come on, make sure you're following on Twitter and you don't forget to subscribe. Come on, hit the like button. Fact. Sean Dyche just signed a new 4-year contract. Burnley will be up for the next game. Bro, once you hear Arsenal, everyone's up for it. You know, as I said at the start, they ain't won a game this season. What's the better? They're probably sitting there saying, yo, our season starts today. You know, our season starts against Arsenal. They're pampered, overpaid London pussyholes. Let's go and do a thing against them. You know, let's show them what it means to come to Yorkshire. Let's show them what Burnley's about. You know, the 12, the inbred fans are going to be there as well. So it is what it is, man. They're going to be up for it, people. And, you know, Burnley can cry in my mentions or whatever and try and cancel me. Fuck everything to do with Burnley Football Club. I hate them. Hate everything. Want it to burn to the ground. Like, want Burnley to burn. Everything I hate about a football team, just absolutely anti-football. Like, just it's not even the fact that they play boring football. You man are just glorified thugs, man. Glorified thugs. Can't rate you, man. You man are just thugs. And yeah, they lost 2-0 to Liverpool. They did make it tough for Liverpool. You know, they did beat Newcastle in the cup. They drew with Leeds, where Leeds came from behind. They lost to Everton, where again they messed it up. And then they look at the fixtures, people. You know, you look at the fixtures. You've got Burnley away. Burnley play us at home. Then they've got cup competition, like everyone. Then they've got Leicester away. Then they got Norwich at home. Then they got City. You know, Southampton away. So they're probably looking at 1-2 games where they can get points, man. We only managed to take a point off them last season, so I won't be surprised if we don't get the win. And that should be extra motivation for the players, bro. If we want top 4, where were the games we messed about in? Okay, against Palace, we dropped points. No, you know, against Leicester, we effed about. Villa, we effed about. Burnley set pieces. You know, what was it? A draw and a loss. You know, we effed about. I'm not scared of Burnley. I'm scared of how we perform against Burnley. I'm not scared of no fake bad boys. But yeah, I'm scared of how we perform. I'm you know, the conditions were perfect for us against Norwich. Norwich sat back, didn't respect us, sun shining, fans layering it up, is what it is. You look at the Burnley game now, you know, we're going to be the minority. And them fans there, like I said, inbreds just going to shout bare, making bare noise, carrying on a certain sort of way. The 12th man is going to be there. Their players are going to try and make it uncomfortable for us. You know, they're going to try and make it a baptism of fire for certain players. So we need to recognize this and go into it and be fearless and match fire with fire, but also do exactly what we do and what we can do better than them at and walk away with the points. Because they're going to be at it. Like you lot said, they hate us. They're on playing us like everybody. Sean Dyche has signed a new deal. The way Arsenal have been moving as a football club, everybody realistically should fancy playing against us. So it could get long for us. It could get very long for us. So these players need to stand up to be counted. But we can do as much talking. The players need to take heed and go out there and perform. Simple as that. So, boy, man, we'll have to see. Really, we'll have to see, people. It's a bit scary, but it is what it is. Do you think Leno will be brought back in versus Spurs regardless of Ramsdale's performances? So I don't understand what Arteta is doing. Surely he should keep his place if he keeps his form. He should, but again, I can't lie. A manager is allowed. I do think a manager is allowed the right to chop and change his team. I know he conceded 5 goals, but I don't think Leno deserves to be dropped generally. Now, I think Ramsdale should hold on to that until it becomes abundantly clear that he needs to get out of it, because Ramsdale is part of the reason we spent 150 million to try and rebuild the spine of this team. To develop a spine, you need to give it an opportunity, and that's with these guys that started against Norwich. So you might as well. Leno's not here for the future. He's contracted until 2023. He's not hidden the fact that he wants to leave. No malice against him, but stop ingraining him into the team. Then move away from him. A big club actually moves away from Xhaka on the best of days, but after Xhaka's shenanigans with Italy and flirting, you say, all right, cool, you're a rotation option. We got someone else. What should have been needed on the best of days. I don't think anyone likes Burnley. Just don't like him, man. I just hate the way Sean Dyche behaves. I hate the way, what they set up to do. I admire that, I admire a gaffer that has everybody singing from the same hymn sheet, but it's dead, man. Arsenal is not strong enough to win anything. We will be fighting relegation this season, to be honest. I don't see any improvement in the team. No hunger to success at all. Hopefully they can prove you wrong, but boy, you've said it there, man. You said it there. But on that note, an hour in, people. Again, this was a random live stream, so I'm gonna let you lot get out of here, people. Really and truly. On that note, please make sure you hit the like button. I'll be back again tomorrow to preview Arsenal versus Norwich. And yeah, man. On that note, people, DG.
There's always just that active red flag defending.
I think it's like